Hi.
Yeah, so we just want to continue from Nasha, do you not have a voice?
Yeah.
You didn't say hi.
I did. Hi.
Oh, okay. No, we just want to continue from where we were from the last time we were talking about, we just had a quick break because I know we're now hungry and things are happening, but the last time we were talking about body image issues, and it got a little heated, because we're still asking the same question: what is a perfect body? What I also love about this Kingdom Beauty regime is that it's a journey, by the way. So this journey can take a long time for you to realize certain things. So the question will always be there: what is a perfect body? And this is why we're doing these chats, because we want to, it's almost like an assignment. We want to bring things out. If you justify that something is a perfect body or there's no perfect body, we want to bring things out. So if it's the word, you're going to take it out and you're going to read a verse that then says there's nothing like a perfect body. You know what I mean? We want to put evidence to what we're saying. So I don't know if you also saw this on Instagram. Miss Red also wrote a letter to herself. So the reason why it seems like we're dwelling more on body image issues is because we're looking at Beauty for Ashes, and that's the chapter that Nyasha wrote in Kingdom Beauty Regime. So Beauty for Ashes involves a lot of things. It's basically God replacing beauty for your ashes, for what you've gone through or areas that have really affected you in your life, right? And Nyasha herself mentioned her skin, she mentioned her body. So that's the reason why we are still talking about body image issues. So in Miss Red's letter, she mentioned how growing up, she went through a lot because of her body. And it was a really long letter, but it was well said, well written. I was like, wow. And I didn't even know it was that deep for her. I didn't even know that's what she had gone through. What I had seen was the body appreciation, because I'm only getting to know her now, as in I don't know her story behind. So I've only seen her body appreciation movement and her pictures now.
Yeah.
I didn't know it's coming from a place where she actually wasn't happy with her body, or not even about being happy. It's coming from a place where people shamed her for her body. So what do you think of that letter, if you remember it? If you had it, you're going to read the snippet. Yeah,
I will just go into what I liked about her letter, because if you've noticed, for Miss Red, she has a lot of people who are hating on her on social media. People are just, really brutal towards her. And I believe when she was writing that letter, she was just not writing it for herself. I think she was actually trying to communicate to other women as well about how we need to appreciate the way that we look. Even if the world is telling you 10,000 other things, she was literally just telling us, write yourself a letter and tell yourself that you are amazing. Tell yourself that you are beautiful, you have a wonderful body. Because I don't know if you've seen, there's one other lady, her name is Lizzo. She's also a hip hop artist. She goes on stage and she's literally wearing a bikini. She's also huge, right? She's got a big body. But she doesn't really listen to what people are saying about her. She goes and she performs and she's got everything in there. She gives it her whole. And she's even got an award for that. So that letter was a letter to every woman. Love your body the way it is. The moment you begin to love yourself the way that you look, you begin to understand yourself. And even when somebody comes and then they tell you, girl, you don't look good or whatever, you're not going to listen to them, because you've reached your center, your core, know you understand yourself. So I love that letter, and I love Miss Red because she also resembles some things that I go through as well. So yeah, I love that.
I also would like to, I think, then ask you ladies, what, okay, if you were to write a letter to your body, what would that letter say? Like in a nutshell, like maybe the main things that letter would say, what would it say? If you were to write a letter to your body, what would it say?
Sal, you want to go first?
Okay. No, I was actually hoping I was going to go first. I wouldn't, what did I say? I wouldn't say much, because on I'm a slim person. That's just what it is. That's my reality ever since. So I don't know I don't know anything else. I don't know any other reality. And growing up slim, I then got into modeling, and modeling is an industry that promotes that. So my body was perfect for what I wanted to do. You get it? So I was just operating in the right I was in the right lane. I was probably gonna have issues if I'd gone to a different lane where they want curvy or thick girls. I was gonna feel inadequate because I was gonna be like, I really want to get into this, but they want the curvy girls, you know. But because I just got into an industry that, you know, focuses on that, I felt adequate because I was playing in my lane. I was in my lane. What I would say, of course, is, you know, I've always wanted bigger boobs. So
Don't we all?
Yeah, I mean, like, girl, everybody.
I know. So my letter would say, "Where you at? Where the boobs at?" Okay, I'm just playing. My letter would say, "It's okay now. You know, before when you're growing up, you wanted bigger boobs, mostly bigger boobs. You know, bigger booties, fine, bigger hips, yes, but mostly bigger boobs." So yeah, so my letter would then say, now I'm okay with it. I'm okay with my body. I'm okay with the way I am. I'm confident as it is. I'm happy. I feel very good in my body, and I don't wish anymore if I had that thing, because if I continue wishing at this age, because I'm older now and I probably have the resources, if I continue wishing this at this age, I will just go for a boob job because now I can do it. Now I can change my hips. I have the power to get those hips now. Now I have the power to get that booty. I have the power to change my body shape and size literally. But why am I not changing it? Because, you know, now I can do it. So now I'm happy. That's the letter. So the letter would be saying, you're gonna be okay. That'll be talking to me back there. Like, trust me, you're gonna get over this phase. You're gonna get over the boob phase. You're gonna be fine. It's not a big deal, really. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want big boobs too. Like, really, I want to actually have bigger boobs. It's something. Yeah. But anyway, for me, my letter would look at how I would tell myself to eat everything I want to eat. Because while I was growing up, you know, my mom is like me and my sister, we are all the same. Our body shapes are the same. So one of the things was my mom used to tell me, don't eat too much. You'll have weight issues. You'll have body issues and all that, you know. And, you know, I kept saying, okay, so I can't eat KFC. I can't eat fried chicken. I can't eat this. I need to add more on my vegetables. But in my letter, I would tell myself to eat everything I want. Because at the end of the day, like what you said, Val, you're in an industry that accepts the way that you are. You don't feel inadequate. My job is the same. I'm in hospitality and I walk around a lot. So my body is always exercising. You know, I'm always walking steps and counting my steps and all that. I drink a lot of water. So I would just literally tell myself that, girl, if you want to eat McDonald's tonight, eat it. If you want to eat fried chicken, just eat whatever you want. That's a letter that I would actually write to myself.
Your younger self.
Yeah.
Your body.
I'll tell myself to embrace the changes that are going to happen in my body, so that I can be able to be okay with my body at whatever stage that it's at, or whatever stage that I'm going through with it. Because I was slim before, like all through growth. Okay, I was a big person in terms of, I was always a big person, but I was never thick or fat or big, but I was big. Like in terms of stature, I was big. Was born big, but then I was always slim. My bigness, I was slim. I was always a size 30, and it's probably 30. Yeah, size 30. That's where I was. And then I moved from home, from Zim. I came to SA, and I was eating, and I would enjoy my food like proper. And then I started gaining weight. I would eat and sit and not be active. So I started gaining weight, and my body changed, and I was not happy with it anymore, because I was feeling big. I was feeling, you know. not because of what society says about big people, but because I was no longer as energetic as I used to be. I could feel the difference that I'm no longer the same person. But then being big also came with a change in my body that I was not expecting as well. So I feel like the letter to myself would emphasize the importance of embracing every change that comes in your life, in your body, because I know that when I have children, I'm probably going to gain a lot of weight because that's women in my family.
Yeah.
And now I've got the power and the knowledge and the willpower, the strength to stop some things in the tracks and maintain a certain weight. But if that doesn't happen, my letter is saying to myself, embrace the changes that come with your body and know that it's okay because you're a woman and women change.
Phases and
I
seasons.
also want bigger boobs, by the way.
That's the one general thing.
So we are on 10 minutes now. We're on 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So, I mean, as we wrap up, you know what we were just talking about. I mean, what else, like personally, in terms of Beauty for Ashes, what else do you feel like God has really replaced that which you felt like you lost or you went through a tough time? Just as we wrap up.
I think one of the things that I lost that was actually part of my journey was relationships. Because if you look at yourself when you are still younger, you want to be accepted the way that you are. So you go through a lot of relationships where you're trying to be accepted. That part of being accepted, you know, in by somebody, it really has an impact on you. So when God started restoring relationships in my life, it was a breath of fresh air because it helped me in my health, it helped me even in my work, it helped me generally in life. So sometimes we ash out I don't know if that's a word, but ash out our relationships because we don't know who we are. We don't know our identity. But when we begin to understand who we are and our identity, the core of ourselves, we start attracting the right relationships. I look at my relationship with you, Val. It's been a long relationship. I think we had some points where we lost communication, but it got restored. And that's because it's something that I was asking God, and I was like, I really need to restore some of the relationships that I've lost. So that was journey actually as part of Beauty for Ashes. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. So you mean generally all relationships?
Yes, all relationships. Yeah.
I was just focusing on the dudes. My bad.
You're thinking of a man.
Yeah. My bad. Okay. Yeah. And for you, Tari?
Beauty for Ashes. What was an ash that was turned into beauty? I think, okay, so when I finished high school, I wanted to come to South Africa and do my university. And I'd gotten a place at the University of Cape Town, but it didn't work out. And I ended up doing university at Women's University in Africa, where I did my undergrad in psychology. And at that time, I thought not being able to be in Cape Town was an ash. It was something that was it was heartbreaking because everybody else around me was going to international universities, and here I am stuck in Zim at a Zim university, you know? And so, yeah. So, the beauty now, everything works together for good. And as I grow more in the Lord and as I get to know God a little bit more and more, I really understand what he means when he says everything works together for good for those that are called according to his purpose and those that love him. And he has shown that in my life in a big way. And so I can say being in Zim, being in an environment where you are constantly being squeezed forces you to generate
yeah.
ideas and become creative. And so, being at Women's University, I managed to start a business, which is not Kuzhida at this point in time. But in first semester, I managed to start a business which was making me money and making me be able to take care of myself and not really depend on my parents for transport money or lunch money or even some of the things that I could do. And so that then developed in me an entrepreneurial spirit, or made me discover an entrepreneurial side of me. And from then on, it's very beneficial. So I feel like the beauty of not going to Cape Town at that time, the ashes of not going to Cape Town at that time turned into the beauty of me becoming more independent, becoming more entrepreneurial. And besides, I've ended up in South Africa anyway. So God knew that the destination is South Africa, but not yet. And it's okay, not yet. I'm not in Cape Town, I'm in Durban, but I still have the ocean because I wanted to go and really experience the ocean in Cape Town. But then Durban ocean is actually better because it's warmer. Cape Town is cold. So my beautiful ashes is being able to discover my entrepreneurial side and who I was in terms of that regard.
Wow.
Okay.
I love that.
That's quite deep. Yeah. I think I'll just mention one real quick because I have many ashes. My whole life is an ash.
Obviously.
But
no, don't say that.
No, it has been an ass. Like seriously. Now it's beauty, but it was. But yeah, I think I'll just focus on one ash. I think I agree with you as well because I think we all wanted to go out of the country, like everybody, you know. I'm still in the country, by the way. But I've come to a point where I've really come to a point where I realized, God is saving you. He doesn't want you to go to another country. He wants you to be in Zimbabwe right now. He wants you to be where you are right now because these things you'll realize later. And we are like babies. We have tantrums. I always have tantrums. Why me? Why not me? And then he's just looking at you thinking, shame. Like, I don't even know you're having a tantrum. If only you knew. If only you knew.
But I have
why you have to be in this place in this particular moment. So I started appreciating wherever I am, just like how you were mentioning the schools where we learned. Like, I appreciate all those institutions because I realized the way we talk today, that's Women's University. The way you are today, that's Zimbabwe. The Henry Primary School, Evelyn High School, that's you. The way you feel yourself, all that is Zimbabwe. It's not even anything else. So I don't look down upon those institutions anymore. And I'm so grateful that I had my grounding in my country. But my biggest ash, obviously, was relationships are there, but not as big. My biggest ash was my skin and what I went through because it took 7 years completion. It took 7 years, and during those 7 years, I lost out on a lot of things I had to turn down, I had to cancel. People didn't even know because I wouldn't tell them why I was turning down. So that phase, those 7 years was stolen from me. And I felt like, how will I ever replace those 7 years? But now they're being replaced because I can even see it, I can feel it, and God's time is not your time. For me, I'm older, so it's gone. But God is thinking, I don't work with age. I don't care that you're older. You weren't meant to get that thing when you're 21. Maybe you're gonna get it when you're 30. So, which is God's time, which is Chronos time, the chronological time. It's a season in time. So yeah, that would be my beautiful ashes, and I'm happy we've all come to. Yasha, you're now your camera. You're now in darkness compared to.
It's getting the two of us. So we have to finish up because it's getting dark now.
We're done.
We're done.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're done. So I think that's cool. So we're gonna catch up next time, guys. Then we'll look at the next thing. Yeah.